On July 29th, 1148, the Siege of Damascus concluded with the Crusaders facing a catastrophic defeat, marking a turning point in the Second Crusade. The Second Crusade began in 1147, following the fall of the County of Edessa. This led to massive mobilization across Europe. As the Crusaders surrounded Damascus, they underestimated the resilient defenses and the tactical prowess of Zengi, the Atabeg of Mosul. Raymond of Antioch, one of the prominent leaders of the Crusaders, rallied his troops for a final frontal assault. The Crusaders launched their assault, but their efforts were hampered by poor strategy and dissent in their ranks. Zengi's forces countered with a powerful defense, utilizing the city's fortifications and strategic positioning. As the siege wore on, internal discord grew among the Crusader leadership, weakening their resolve. The failure of supply lines exacerbated the situation for the Crusaders, leading to dwindling resources. Raymond and other leaders debated their next step, but the morale was sinking with each passing day. The winter heat was unrelenting, adding to the suffering faced by the troops outside Damascus. Hunger began to take hold among the Crusader ranks, leading to ominous signs of discontent. As the siege dragged on, the unity among the Crusaders began to fracture, with arguments breaking out. Zengi, observing the disarray, intensified his counteroffensive, striking at the heart of the exhausted Crusader forces. The precarious situation forced Raymond to consult local leaders for support, knowing their survival depended on it. The city of Damascus watched as the Crusaders seemed to falter, emboldening Zengi to strike decisively. Zengi's maneuvers began to unravel the Crusader defenses, leading to a series of skirmishes and setbacks. Cracks began to form as the Crusaders realized their supply routes were being effectively severed by Zengi's forces. In their desperation, the Crusaders attempted negotiations with Zengi, hoping to avoid total defeat. However, Zengi, sensing weakness, refused their terms and prepared for the final blow, sealing the fate of the siege. In a final surge, Zengi launched a massive assault that overwhelmed the exhausted Crusaders, marking the end of the siege. Crusaders position themselves around Damascus as tensions rise. Zengi prepares his defenses, rallying his troops and resources. The Crusaders face their first major setback as supplies dwindle. Raymond argues with fellow Crusader leaders about their strategy. Zengi's spies gather intelligence on the Crusaders' weaknesses. Discontent grows within the Crusader ranks as arguments erupt. Zengi devises a plan to strike back at the Crusaders. The once united Crusader camp experiences deepening rifts. Raymond seeks counsel from experienced veterans. Zengi's soldiers prepare for a surprise counterattack. Amid the sweltering heat of July, the sun beat down on the Crusader camp, where discontent festered and arguments erupted between the leaders over how to approach the faltering siege. As tensions simmered, the Crusaders' diminishing rations forced a hasty decision about their next move, leading to further disarray among the ranks. Zengi, aware of the growing despondency among the Crusaders, begins final preparations for a counteroffensive, marshaling his troops with zeal and strategy. With newfound vigor, Zengi rallies his forces, announcing a calculated surprise strike against the beleaguered Crusaders, fostering a spirit of unity among his troops. Amidst growing uncertainty, Raymond seeks advice from seasoned veterans regarding the best way forward amidst the chaos. As Zengi's forces silently advance under the veil of night, the Crusaders remain unaware of the impending threat, caught in their own disputes. In the early dawn, the Crusaders, exhausted and unprepared, are caught off guard by Zengi's swift assault, leading to chaos in their ranks. Raymond's commands are drowned out by the chaos as Zengi's forces surge forward, overwhelming the Crusaders, who are in disarray. Amid the melee, the Crusaders' efforts to regroup fail as their morale shatters, leading many to contemplate retreat. With Zengi's forces gaining the upper hand, Raymond's enthusiasm wanes, recognizing the siege's imminent failure. In a final desperate plea, Raymond sends envoys to Zengi, seeking terms of surrender amidst the chaos of defeat.